Hey y'all, welcome to MexTex Cooking. Today I'm making caldo de res, and due to my local grocery store we couldn't get the bones that I usually use, but we got short ribs already cut. For caldo de res you're gonna want to add something with bone to it. It gives it a lot of flavor, and a little bit of meat on it doesn't hurt. So we're using short ribs to get our bones, and then for the rest of the actual meat part, we're just using stew meat. When I'm grilling, I don't really wash my meat. I just dry it with a towel or a napkin. But since this is going into a stew or into caldo de res, I'm going to just give it a quick rinse just to get all the blood out of it and just rinse the meat pretty much. I'm gonna leave it soaking for a little bit. There's really no specific time. You just want to leave it soaking until you see your water mixing with blood. You want to rinse it again, you can. I usually just do it once. And we're gonna leave it like this for a little bit. Move it around so that all that blood gets released. And you can see how the water is changing color. That's what you want. Okay, so this is what you want. You want the water to be mixed in with the blood. This is pretty good. Now all you gotta do is rinse. All right, now that you got your meat washed, you're gonna notice it changes color. It's gonna look, a little brownish, less dull red. That's perfectly fine. What you're gonna do is just bring it over, dump it in the pot with cold water. I just had it on this strainer so that you get a little bit more rinse. Dump it in the pot with water. Before you put it to boil, you're gonna wanna add one whole garlic head. I usually add it full so that it's easier to pull out whenever it's ready. You can cut it in half, which is what I do. And then you're also going to want to dice up an onion into small pieces. Quick tip for when you're cutting onions: if you put them in the freezer for 10, 15, 20 minutes, it's going to prevent you from getting your eyes all watery. So that's always good. That's pretty much all you want to do. Just quarter them off. That's good. And we're going to put this to boil. All right, y'all. So now that your caldo is already boiling, you're gonna add your corn, and you can either get it quartered off already or you can buy the whole corn like I have here. And it's really simple to peel it. It's just layers upon layers upon layers. There you go. Now once you peel it down like that, you're gonna grab the bottom and it just snaps off. That's all trash, and it's got these little hairs. Don't really worry about that. I mean, if you throw them in there, you throw them in there. If not, don't try to get it all clean and nice. I like to cut off, this front part. There you go, and then cut it in 3. There you go. That's good sizes. All right, what you're gonna want to do is get a small little strainer like this, so you can fish out your garlic, because I don't like to leave it in there. And your other garlic might have been lost if you cut it in half. Usually they're both floating up here. This time they're not, so yeah, no big deal. Sometimes you're gonna get foam on top of the caldo. I didn't this time. You're gonna wanna add your corn at this time. And you're gonna add a little bit of salt to taste. I like my stuff real salty. You're gonna leave it on medium-high heat, and we'll see y'all in about an hour. All right, y'all. It's been 1 hour that this has been cooking. Just gonna stir it real quick. Make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. It's low heat, so it shouldn't anyways. And all we're gonna do right now is add a couple leaves of epazote. You can get this at your local grocery store. Just add them on there. That's pretty much it. We're gonna let this rest for another hour and we'll be back. All right, y'all. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna add some of the last ingredients to the caldo. You've got your chayote. You can see I already have some diced up in here. I'm just gonna show you how I dice them up. And all of these, you wanna wash them before. You can obviously see what kind of vegetables we like the most. Chayote and potato are pretty much our two go-tos. You can see carrots, we got very few. I'm gonna add one more potato, just because like I said, we really like potatoes. And this is by preference. Obviously, you can go equal amounts on everything. You can also go more on one than the other. This is just how we like to make it. Cut the edges off. Then for your caldo, you're gonna want to have big chunks. So this one, we're just gonna cut it about there, about there. This one about here. I may actually cut this one in half now that I look at it better. Same thing for this one, cut in half. It's a pretty good size. You can cut them in half if you like. It just depends what you like. And now let's add this to our caldo. All right, y'all. Now we're gonna add all the ingredients. And one thing you want to add as well that I forgot to mention is cabbage. This is going to give it a lot of flavor. Depending on how much you're making, usually you want to go with anywhere between half to 2 cabbages. And I just quartered them off and then split those quarters in half. All right, there's one more ingredient that we're going to add, and that's going to be to finish it off. But we'll come back to this in about an hour. All right, y'all. So by this time, 2 things should have happened. One, and most important, your house is gonna be smelling amazing right about now. And 2, the caldo is almost ready. We're at about maybe 15, 20 minutes from it being done. Last ingredient that you're gonna wanna add is squash. Now, a lot of people don't like it. Some people like it. It's completely up to you. If you don't want to add it, then you don't have to. But for us, we're always adding squash to our caldo. This is gonna be ready in about 15 minutes, and that's gonna be your final ingredient that you're gonna add. So, yeah. We're gonna cover this up, come back in 15 minutes. All right, y'all. We're back on our caldo. As you can see, it's all finished out. Your squash is really, really soft. You can see how easy it is to crush it. That's when you know the caldo's ready. So let me serve this in the bowl. We'll be right back. All right, y'all. Just pour me a bowl. This is how you know your caldo is ready. You can see the meat is so tender. I mean, you can pull it apart with a simple spoon. Your squash, I mean, it squashes. Your carrots, everything is, I'm not applying any pressure at all. And all right, y'all, thank you for watching. If you want to watch any more videos to learn how to make more Mexican food, I'm also going to be making videos for smoking brisket, smoking ribs, barbecue, carne asada, that sort of stuff. More traditional Mexican foods. If you're all interested in that, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss another video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.